Every day thousands of tourists come here. But while some are delighted, others are convinced they wasted their money. So is it really worth going to this hotel? Let's find out. Welcome to Paradisus Grand Cana. Paradisus Grand Cana is a true tropical oasis for those seeking a stylish vacation with a sense of privacy and comfort. Here you'll find spacious suites, stunning pools, picturesque grounds, and delicious dishes in a la carte restaurants. The hotel is perfect for families with children thanks to its vibrant water park and engaging animation. Every morning starts with gentle sunlight and the aroma of fresh coffee, and the evenings are filled with open-air shows and cocktails in the lounge. It's a place you'll want to return to, especially if you value space, peace, and high-quality rest. The hotel rating is 4.8 on Google, 8.3 on Booking.com, and 4.4 on TripAdvisor. However, even such a popular hotel has its drawbacks, which can significantly affect your choice. Let's take a closer look at all the pros and cons so you can make the right decision. But before we start, I kindly ask you to subscribe to our channel and support this video with likes and comments. Thank you. The first thing I wanted to do was head to the beach because I love spending time by the sea. And here came the surprise. The hotel is not located directly on the coast. Each time we wanted to get to the ocean, we had to take a special golf cart. These electric vehicles run between the hotel and the beach around the clock, about every 10 to 15 minutes. Still, it's not the same as simply stepping out of your room and finding yourself on the shore. Sometimes we had to wait longer than we'd like, and once we even decided to walk about 15 minutes to the beach to save time. Honestly, judging by the hotel's photos, I thought the beach would be much closer, but in reality, it's more than a kilometer away. That was a bit disappointing. However, once we finally reached the beach, it didn't disappoint at all. The beach is beautiful, with soft white sand and warm turquoise water. But the atmosphere was somewhat spoiled by persistent vendors. People with parrots and iguanas constantly walked along the shore offering photos and then asking for money, or tried to sell trinkets. To be honest, it was exhausting to be approached as soon as you tried to relax. It really distracted from the experience. But overall, I like the beach, unlike the territory, which needs more discussion. The hotel grounds are impressive with their beauty and modern design. The huge main pool stands out, as well as another river-like pool that wraps around the entire resort. The landscaping and interior are carefully thought out, stylish decor, well-maintained paths, and beautiful relaxation areas show a high standard. I especially appreciated the sense of security. There's always security at the entrance, and outsiders are not allowed, so you can feel safe. I also liked that the territory was never overcrowded. Even when the hotel was full, it was easy to find a free sunbed by the pool or a table at the bar, without any feeling of chaos. However, not everything was perfect. On closer inspection, I noticed some maintenance issues. For example, in the shower, some tiles were loose and the shower head was leaking. Water dripped from the fitting, and the pressure was weaker than usual. In one of the smaller pools, I saw a broken tile. Clearly, better maintenance is needed. Also, the beautiful marble floors outside and in the lobby become very slippery after rain. I nearly slipped once myself and saw several others fall on the wet floor. I hope the hotel fixes this. Even simple anti-slip mats would solve the problem, because otherwise walking through such beautiful grounds is a joy. But after a long walk, I got hungry, so let's check out the hotel's restaurants. The food at the hotel left a mixed impression. On one hand, there is certainly plenty of it. You definitely won't go hungry. The buffet is always plentiful, there seems to be variety, and no one is left without dinner. But after a couple of days, I realize the main restaurant selection repeats itself, and the dishes start to get boring. Moreover, many items on the buffet were barely warm, as if they had been prepared in advance and left standing. For me, eating nearly cold food was not pleasant. By the end of the week, I was really tired of the repetitive meals. I wanted something fresh and new. On the other hand, The a la carte restaurants available for dinner with a reservation were excellent. I was especially impressed by the Peruvian-Japanese restaurant Machu. The dishes were so delicious, I was thrilled. The steakhouse also pleased me. The juicy New York steak, included in the all-inclusive package, was high quality and perfectly cooked. I was surprised that such good dishes and even premium alcohol were served under the all-inclusive concept. The bars offered imported rum, whiskey, whatever you want, with no limits. However, booking a table at these restaurants was a challenge. If you don't have a paid VIP concierge, it's very hard to get into the popular restaurants. Every morning at 9 a.m., I had to queue up to reserve dinner for the next day. As a result, we dined at the buffet more often than we had planned, simply because we couldn't get into the a la carte restaurants. That was a big disappointment for me. But one evening the hotel organized a grand themed dinner in Dominican style under the open sky. A huge variety of local dishes, live music, a show program. It was amazing and slightly improved the overall dining impression. After lunch, you always want to return to a cozy, comfortable room. Was my room like that? Our family suite pleasantly surprised us with its size and comfort. A huge bedroom with a luxurious bed, a separate living area, and a bathroom. Everything was decorated in a modern style, the furniture and appliances were new, and the mattresses were so comfortable that it was hard to get out of bed in the morning. I especially loved the terrace with a private jacuzzi. Every evening we enjoyed a hot bath under the open sky. You'd think everything should be perfect in such a room, but there were some small issues. In our shower, the head was leaking, water was dripping from the top fitting, and one wall tile was about to fall off. Another unpleasant thing was the cleaning. It was rather superficial. The maids didn't mop the floors or dust daily, and the bed linen was changed very rarely. It felt like if we didn't ask, they wouldn't change the sheets all week. On the plus side, the minibar was restocked regularly. Every day we got bottles of water, drinks and snacks, no complaints there. Also I noticed bird droppings on the balcony upon check-in, and they weren't cleaned until I reminded them. The front door to the room also only closed with a good push. These are, of course, small things, but from such an expensive resort, you expect perfection, so I was a little disappointed by these shortcomings. I must admit, the hotel staff really made our vacation. Almost everyone we interacted with was friendly, smiling, and genuinely tried to help. From the moment we arrived, we felt welcomed. They greeted us with smiles, and it was clear that guests are truly appreciated here. I especially want to mention our concierge, Mr. Ricky, who checked in with us daily to make sure everything was fine and promptly resolved any issues, a true professional. Admittedly, many staff members speak only Spanish, but this wasn't a big problem. I used a translator on my phone and could explain anything, like allergies to certain foods. Despite minor language difficulties, the service was almost always excellent. The staff tried hard and treated all our requests with care. However, there were also a few unpleasant incidents. On the day of our departure, the maid came before checkout time and practically pushed us out of the room. Not a nice way to say goodbye to a hotel. Another downside was the pushiness of some staff. As soon as I approached the towel counter by the pool, an employee would immediately start offering paid excursions or spa services, clearly hoping for a commission. I understand that's part of their job, but when they start pushing extra services from day one, it gets tiring. In the evenings, there was always something to do for adult guests. Every evening there was some kind of event or show. For example, once we attended a colorful performance with traditional dances for Dominican Republic Day, and on another evening there was a lively pool party. Overall, I was impressed with the quality of these programs. Everything was professionally organized and really entertaining. There's even a small casino on the property that we checked out just for fun. For those who just want to relax with a cocktail, there are several bars open late, and one of them had live music on weekends. Just a note. If you're looking for wild nightlife, this isn't the place. The evening atmosphere is quite calm. This is more of a respectable family resort than a party destination. We were traveling with children, and for little guests, this hotel is simply a paradise. The main attraction is the kids' water park with colorful slides and shallow pools. Our kids could splash there all day long. The hotel also has a kids club. So it's safe to say this is a family-oriented hotel. Although the evening shows weren't specifically for kids, they still captivated our children. They watched the dances and acrobats with wide eyes, clapping and cheering when someone from the audience invited them to participate. Paradisus Grand Cana, located in the Dominican Republic, is a beautiful, modern, and thoughtfully designed hotel that's perfect for family vacations, especially with children. Its strengths are the luxurious grounds, spacious rooms with jacuzzis, friendly staff, and an impressive water park for kids. The a la carte restaurants pleasantly surprise with genuinely high-quality cuisine and evening entertainment shows. However, the hotel is not flawless. The biggest downside is the distance from the beach. You have to ride a golf cart or walk, which isn't convenient for everyone. Add to that the pushy beach vendors, superficial room cleaning, difficulties with restaurant reservations, and minor technical issues in the infrastructure. Overall, the hotel leaves a pleasant impression, but given its level and cost, you'd expect more attention to detail and better resolution of recurring flaws. Friends, the final choice is always yours, and only you can decide whether this hotel is worth flying to or not. While you're thinking, I recommend watching these other videos about Dominican hotels. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next reviews. And with that, I say goodbye. See you again at a new hotel.